Okay. For some reason, Streamlabs is just hating me right now. I don't know if there's an update for it or what, but it just does not want to cooperate. And it keeps crashing my streams. And so we're going to be using OBS for right now. And I'll go check if there's an update or something, because that is really getting really old. Is it still Joe Bobby? Okay. Let's see. Let's fix everything now. I think right now we're technically streaming on the PP channel for for the other side for Twitch, which sucks because I didn't have time because I was trying to get it up as fast as I could. Stream. Well, the Arnold raid was fun while it lasted, you know. Well, I'm glad you're here, Viperine. Hey, Graphic, what channel am I streaming on right now? Am I on the main channel? It looks like the main channel if you can see me. I'm so hungry, dude. Ugh, I'm so glad I can stem this. Okay. Oh, the new era pass is out. Did they fix the new episode pass? Did they fix the thing? Yeah, they did fix it. Level 1 to level 2 is 2,000. Yeah. So they fixed the episode pass. I'm glad. Okay, let's open up roster reviews. And as we open up roster reviews, I'm going to devour the rest of this burrito, so that way I'm not eating while we're doing your guys' roster reviews. So, it's not what I want. Frickin' computer. Okay, anyone that signs up after this message will be able to get a roster review. Keep in mind, because people are all jumping in at the same time, it may not be the same order. Yes, Captain Mateus, if you want to sign up for a roster review and get a roster roast instead, you certainly can. Just mark it as a roast and I'll roast your roster. Here's the Discord link for you. Not what I want. I want events. Can I play this on auto by chance? I just want some gameplay to play on screen while I eat. Conquest isn't open here. We'll, I don't know. We'll do a dark side Rey battle. Or, stay away from my burrito. JMK doesn't really work in Squad Arena. Let's try, let's full auto a JML. See if we can do it. I don't know, I'm kind of feeling no tank. I'm gonna be honest. Last time we played, I started a new account, Heinricher, so it wasn't part of the guild yet. Hey, Roger, how you doing, my friend? Honestly, sure. We're gonna fully let it auto and see what happens. Dude, like, I called it. I was positive that the adoption rate for Darkside Rey was going to rival Bane. It surpassed it, I'm pretty sure. Absolutely disgusting. SLKR without Darkside Rey gets obliterated by this team. With Darkside Rey, he obliterates every team. It's quite entertaining. Yeah, I beat Ahsoka so easily during my GAC this last time. Outside of GAC, it struggles a bit. Inside GAC, it's an absolute clap. Heck yeah, Heinricher. I mean, you don't even need to break up teams like that, Viperine. You can beat JML just first order with Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. You just have to throw in Wat Tambor. Hey Anakin, welcome. And yes, I am already through that entire burrito. That is just how I roll when I have not eaten anything all day. But yeah, the whole removing turn meter from all allies and enemies whenever you kill someone is absolutely crazy busted. Can Darkside Rey beat JMK? Outside of Outside of Grand Arena, it's really iffy. Inside GAC, it's the easiest thing in the world. Once again, we're just gonna auto. Let's see if they can do it. She's working as intended. Like, there's no part of her kit that's not like working. There's nothing in there that's like, this isn't working how it should. It's all working exactly how they wrote it. It's just, they just wrote her really broken OP. So Zepho Ready is Relic 7 JKCK and Relic 7 Seer Junda. And you need, I would say you, at bare minimum, you need the unique Zeta on JKCK, and you need the insta-kill Zeta on JKCK, and then that should be all you need. Then it's just modding. Anakin, it is amazing either way. Like, looking at initial testing for defense testing, like, there's not really much that can beat the team. Like, there's almost no off-meta counters. Like, it's kind of just stuck in this, like, yeah, you're basically, you know, using Bane, or you're using a significant GL, and like, that's it. Like, this looks really good. Bane, JMK, Ahsoka, JML, right? Yeah, that's what we're looking at basically at this point. You know, I'm sitting here and I'm just, I'm kind of thinking to myself, and I just had a thought. What if I were to make a video about being Zepho Ready and what that means, and like how that manifests and everything? I don't know. Maybe it's a good idea. I think I'm a genius. I think I'll make a video like that. Thanks for the subtle nudge, Heinricher. Okay. Yeah, I mean, JMK, you're basically, so essentially the thing with JMK is you are fine until you lose protection up, and then the moment you lose protection up, you get insta-killed by SLKR, because you cannot get critically hit while you have protection up. And so as long as you can keep that up and hold your insta-kill and wait for them to be killable with the insta-kill from Cat, you can bring in a JMK against a Dr. Dre SLKR team, and you're gonna have no problems. It's the same thing with Ahsoka. Ahsoka doesn't do much to JMK until you get rid of their protection up, and the moment you do, they just insta-kill them because they can critically hit, and their critical hit damage is so insanely high. When's the next Damathon? About a month from right now is the current plan. We're gonna do a March Madness Damathon. I need to request the days off. I haven't looked at it yet, but that's the plan. Some people were mentioning it. They wanted another Damathon, and that was the pitched time period, and so we're gonna look at that. SLKR with Dre on the back wall won me all 3 matches last week. Yeah, it's something that I'm looking at myself. I'm considering bringing, putting it out on defense, and it's a big reason why I actually, because one of my biggest holes in my roster is that if there is a Jabba, I have to 2-shot it in like expensive ways. But as of this week, I pushed Marin up to Relic 5 just so that way I can start doing that counter, and I'm going to be pushing some mods into this team pretty hardcore over the next couple weeks before 3v3. But yeah, I really want to put her on defense with SLKR. I think it's going to be a really solid defensive team. On the thumbnail, just put free Kyrotech's free views. Gosh. I mean, it's fair, Anakin. It is free Kyrotech. Welcome back, Trey. Good to see you, my friend. I love that Heinricher. Dang, that's a disgusting front wall, Iron Eyes. But with protection up, Dr. Dre inflicts fear on whoever she targets. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't stop them from, you know, doing stuff. Like, it doesn't get rid of their buffs because their protection up is undispellable. Hey, dope man, dude, 13 months, bro, dude. You're the second person we've seen that has the gold dam next to their name. Heck yeah, dude. It's wild that we've had people that are members for that long. That's almost as long as we've had memberships. Like, that's what, like a month less than we've had memberships. It's absolutely wild. Thank you for your loyalty, my friend. Are any Zetas needed for the Java event? No. Absolutely not. You can just auto it, dude. It's so easy. We're gonna start right now, JP Sereno. And unless you're the first one, I'd say you're free to go to the bathroom. Let's see. Where's my message? Come on, where's my message? There's my message. Yeah, first one we got is Thunder. So keep in mind what's on screen is going to be slightly different than what's on your guys' screen, because everyone jumped in at the same time. So if you're like, hey, I should have been next, you're probably in the next 2 or 3 people. So our first 3 are Thunder, Graphical, and Sari. Yeah, that's fair. Captain Mateus, gear 12 with 2 Zetas on Jabba, and you're gonna get his ult. Yeah. Got it. Sounds good. Congratulations, Cameron Shumway. That's awesome, my friend. First channel member is Sergeant Cooker. I love that. That's awesome. The best will go players here, and I'm watching him. Aww. Thanks. Oh yeah, I did lose a bet last night on stream on our PP channel when I was streaming way into the night, even though I shouldn't have been. And I need to do something real quick. And that is gift 5 memberships.
Credits will do fine.
Why Rush Me is helping build the dam with $4.99. Thank you, my friend. We'll put you at the top of the list if that is what you're asking for. I can't read your donation right now. It's I'm purchasing memberships for myself. So give me a second, I'll read it. Okay, there we go. Now I can read it. You review my roster. Now I'm back. Hopefully you remember and don't hold anything back. Sounds good. Why Rush Me? Okay, congratulations, Tony, Graphical, Hugsy, Doll, and Decalanio on becoming a member. And we are going to we're gonna do a little fun thing today. I think it's only fitting that we do this, especially with tomorrow's stream planned. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy tomorrow's stream, and so we want a lot of people to enjoy tomorrow's stream. So there's this thing we like to do on the channel, and especially because, correct me if I'm wrong, Trey, you had a birthday recently. It was about, what, 2-3 weeks ago, right? And Trey here had his birthday, but he did not get a membership for his birthday. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put out a bounty on Trey. And so if you are January 14th, there you go. It was within a month still. Like, I feel bad because we really didn't push that hard, because I felt bad for pushing hard because we had just done the Damathon. And so I didn't want to push hard and be like, guys, we're pushing for this bounty hard. But now that we've taken some time and, you know, we're past a couple weeks into the
sound of 1,000
the Lost Swamp Rat coming in with a party of 9. Thank you, my friend. But yeah, so now that we're a ways away from the Damathon where everyone was so generous, we're going to put out a bounty right now for Trey the Gray. Anyone who can gift a membership to Trey the Gray on YouTube will get a Discord title for Damn VIP, as well as their own custom emoji done by our artist for the Discord. And so if that's something that you want, try gifting a membership and see if you can get Trey the Gray to become Trey the Green for a month as a little late birthday present to him. I don't, Viperine. Caleb, I don't even know if I've ever seen you become green. Do you have your gifting turned off? Also, for those of you who are rating, we do have a little...
Hey, Hondo Onaka, welcoming you to the Beaver Dam.
Want to do some Mara time? Okay, Tumblr, we'll get Mara. I don't know where she is right now, but we'll grab her. Hey, Mara. There you are. Sure. Good girl. Good girl. Paw. Good girl. Other paw. Good girl. Okay, we're gonna do something that you're probably not gonna like too much. Stay. Okay. Mask. Good girl. Good pool. Get you a treat. Pip. Good poop. Pip. Good girl. Okay. Go. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I won 2 out of 3, which is solid for a Grand Arena, I'd say. How was yours, Mr. Fitzy? Yes, Marmar Binks. Snap the whole time. The last time I got an MRI... I was a really big Star Wars. I still am a huge Star Wars nerd, but like I feel like I've lost some of my touch because the last time I got an MRI, I was 19. So this would have been 8 years ago, and I sat there in the MRI and recited every single quote that I could remember from Star Wars Episode 1, and I got through about a third of the movie. Remembering all but like 3 or 4 lines. It was really, really bad, and I realized just how bad it was that I knew that much of the lines of Star Wars Episode 1 off the top of my head. Hey, Mara. Okay, down. Jate, good girl. Okay. Quizarlock, I did it without both of the Zetas, but I had to work the speeds and get good RNG on Ahsoka. I'm glad it worked for you, Lost Swamp Rat. When I was a kid, I could just quote Shrek like that. Heck yeah. That is a solid movie to have like that. Random lore bits, that's fair, Viperine. Episode 4 dialogue. I honestly, back then, I probably could have done any of the episodes, except for probably episode 6 and episode 2. So I could have done 1, 3, 4, 5, or 7, which I believe was all the ones that were out back then. I could have probably done any of those for about that much of the dialogue. Okay, let's jump into these roster reviews. But yeah, oh yeah, let me put up the bounty. Sorry. One thing at a time. My ADHD is getting to me. Lendog coming in with the 10 gifted subs. Congratulations, Chopadoc, JP Morace, Sir Caliban, JM Tajita, Amazing Phase, Kumi-chan, Kono Dioda, The Legend Gameplay, Alexander Grande, and Kyle Laporte. Okay, there's the bounty. Let's try and get this guy a membership. So to give you guys some context, I mentioned that tomorrow's stream is going to be a lot of fun and, you know, that type of thing. Tomorrow's stream, I agreed to do a smash or pass on the entire Galaxy of Heroes roster. So we'll be doing that tomorrow as a members only stream. We put out a bounty while you were gone, Appley. I honestly don't know. Oh, I gifted it to you, Tony Lols, because I lost a bet. So congratulations, my friend. Roger coming in with another 10 gifted. Justin Kang, Why Rush Me, Zarkson, PJ, Lewis Allen, Kraken. We got some Krakens in the chat. Golden One, Sledgehammer, Justin Elliott, or Just Elliott, and DJ Carter. Congratulations on your memberships. I must get that membership on YouTube somehow. Oh gosh, all you gotta do is start, you know, participating in that chat instead of the Twitch chat. I'm just, Alex, how did you not get one on Twitch? We gifted 6 of them the other day. Hype train activated, exactly. Okay, let's open up Why Rush Me's account, and then we will jump into our list. And as usual, when we start going through our list, I will start deleting messages, so don't be worried if your message gets deleted. It's just to help me be able to know where I am. So I'll be deleting the ones that I finish. So I really need to pirate that stream or something. Oh gosh, I just thought of something. I need to know now. Oh gosh. So we have a certain stream that's a members only stream that was definitely like a me losing a bet kind of thing. It was 100% a joke, and then it actually happened. And I'm curious how many views it has. Oh, I don't even know if I want to know. Yes, the Maid costume stream. Yes, there is a stream. It's a members only stream. I jokingly, Mara, you can't hit my keyboard like that. I love you, poopers. I know, I haven't been home. I'm sorry. I know, you just want to cuddle. So there was a stream. I was sitting there and I was on the phone with Asteroid Mech, and he jokingly said, he's like, yeah, and you said that if you get 150 memberships on this stream, then you'll wear a Maid costume on stream, right? And I was like, yeah, sure. If we get 150 memberships on this stream, then I will wear a Maid costume on stream. And we hit it. I was not expecting it to be a thing. We hit it. And so, yeah, that happened. And so we have a stream, and I'm kind of worried. Why is this? Well, Mara, what'd you do? How did you put this in full screen? I'm kind of worried to know how many people have actually watched it. Yes, a rabbit in a Maid costume is out there on the internet for members only. So get your membership today for some reason. Is there a way that I can sort this? I'm trying to, there it is. Oh my gosh, 230 views on a members only stream? Bro. Dude, I remember when you watched that, Appley, you were watching it at work and trying not to get caught by your manager watching that stream. It was the funniest thing in the world. Nothing shady, I promise. I was just subscribing to the Only Dams, honey. Why is it full screen? Oh my gosh, it's gonna drive me nuts. Graphic settings. Windowed. There we go. Desperate time to cover different measures. Good to see you over there, Alex. Mischievous Grievous, would I be able to get the video that you made? I know you never like finished it, but like just what you have. Would you be able to send it to me? I miss you every single day, Sleep. I cannot explain to you how much I miss you. I've gotten 4 hours of sleep the last 2 days. Okay, so queso means cheese in Spanish. Fun fact. Why rush me? A couple months back, you reviewed my roster, and now I'm back. Hopefully you remember. Don't hold anything back. Dude, you're asking a person who probably won't remember because I go through so many rosters nowadays. Hey, okay, sounds good, Yotter. You have a great night. I'll scavenge the archives. While you're scavenging the archives, could you please kill Jocasta New? I hate her so much. Okay, we got Rey, Sith Eternal, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Tell me a bit about your account, my friend. So you're going for Jabba next. Dude, she's a douche. Like, Viperine, she's just a douche. Like, to literally everyone for absolutely no reason. She's a know-it-all douche. And then, like, the one time she can actually do something as a Jedi Master, and she has a shapeshifter in her library, she doesn't catch on, but the Padawan does. Like, come on. She's just, no. She's a douche to Obi-Wan. She's pompous. She's arrogant. She represents the worst of the Jedi. She's a, you know, one of those arrogant, hypocritical Jedi. And yeah, I was literally pumping my fist and cheering with my brother in episode 3, the video game, where you play as Anakin going through the temple and you stab her. Greatest moment of my life in any Star Wars video game. I love to go, oh, we gotta get away with Beav. Beav, sleep, and a maid costume. Can there be nothing better? Working on JML. I pledged myself to the teaching such a cast to do. Oh gosh. Gas Dr. Grievous. Joe Castanew, the librarian that they just announced as the next Conquest character. But she has a gun. She could have survived and made it out and been fine, but she got upset because someone was making a muck in her library. And so she pulled out a gun, which specifically was decommissioned as something because Jedi aren't supposed to have weapons, and then tried to kill people with it. Like, she is the world's worst Jedi, bro. Yes, Jocasta is much worse than Cam, in my opinion. See, Captain Mateus is just supporting my whole thing. Like, yeah. Glad I could help sleep. Oh, is that you that I responded to earlier today? I don't pay attention to usernames at all when I am responding to comments, and so if it's like one of you guys, I don't like feel bad if I respond as if I don't know who you are. How do you jump the line for roster views? You donate $5, my friend. Yeah, but like, Obi-Wan didn't all of a sudden like start snapping necks of random people and like trying to brutalize people. He's always avoiding combat. Just because Order 66 happens doesn't mean you're not a Jedi anymore. I don't understand the Cam hate personally, Trey. I think a big part of it is the hypocrisy of him having a wife. I think that's a big one that a lot of people bring up, but I don't know. Yeah, she's gonna be OP, but I don't care. I'm farming every other team for the raid besides her. She can rot in my roster. She's not a wreck for the new Jedi Legendary, just a lifter, which is weird that we're getting a lifter for a Legendary. Periodically prolific, don't say that too loud. CG will take it as a challenge. See, I like Pong Krell is a reasonable hate. We've mentioned this a couple times when talking about Joe Castanew. Pong Krell's a reasonable hate. He's written to be hated, and they do a great job of it. Joe Castanew's not written to be hated. She's just an awful person. Like, I just despise her so much. It's irrational how much I hate that woman.
Credits will.
Ziggy coming in with the 25 Puln. I don't know if I know Puln, but we will do you next, my friend. A new Grievous for 2025. I really hope we get more Separatists and more like Galactic Republic stuff. I just want some episode 3 content. And I know this Jedi Vanguard's supposed to be somewhat that, but I don't know. Joe Castanew was not the right step. Oh, Polish currency. Very cool. Okay. Like, I don't know. Jocasta knew was the way to make me immediately lose interest in what's going on in the next era. Yes, the Tri-Fighter. That was a damn stroke. You see those a lot more on the side channel when I'm playing Elden Ring. When I start to lose my mind, I start making really weird noises. And one of these days, I'm going to make a compilation short of just all the times I've done it, because they're all just wild. Here, let me see if I can find one. One of the ones from when I was fighting the end boss of the Elden Ring DLC for the first time. I know I have it saved here. I always... Dodge that last... Let me just make sure it's at top. Okay, there we go.
Just right there at the... What?
Yeah, so...
What?
It happens, bro. Sometimes you just lose your mind. That'd be wild, Trey. Captain Mateus. It's pretty good. Abandoned ship unique? Seriously. You should do the short as a cover of a 90s dance song. Have you ever played Bloodborne? I played Bloodborne to like the second boss and I was really enjoying it. But it was during a time that I was not doing great, you know, with my own mental health. And when that happens, I typically struggle to play solo games by myself. And so since playing through Elden Ring multiple times, it's definitely on my list. But the problem is they haven't remastered it. They haven't brought it to PC. There's not really any way for me to play it. And so I would love to play through Bloodborne. I love the aesthetic of Bloodborne. It's my favorite aesthetic of the Souls games. But I just don't really have a way to play it at the moment. Who is the last character to not need any Zetas? Ooh, I don't know. I feel like that was not too long ago. Okay, so... back to why Rush Me. I apologize. We got really off topic there for a bit. Here's the thing. You want Jabba, dude. Like, I know you're going for JML right now, but you're so close to Jabba. And Jabba is leaps and bounds more important. The Smuggler's Run 2 is one of those things that you don't want to sleep on, and like getting the Smuggler's Run 2 allows you to really open up and do whatever you want, because then you're getting mods as just like a background thing, and so you don't have to nearly worry about mods nearly as much, and you can kind of focus down on the other things that are important for your roster. So I think that Jabba should be like top of your list. You're mentioning things like Gas, you're mentioning things like JML, good farms. Gas is way too many Zetas, dude. Way too many. And he's not in a good enough place in the meta to justify the Zetas. Like you just mentioned, you're out of Zetas. Fives, like, well, I mean, just look at my 501st, right? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Zetas right there on this team. Bare minimum, you're putting in 1 on 5s and 4 on General Skywalker to get a gas team going. So like no matter what, you're putting in a lot more work into a gas team than you probably should for a team that's just, you know, it's solid, but it's not gonna lead to any event. It's not going to like be anything insane. So like, yes, I love my gas. Don't get me wrong. Gas is a PP for me. He was a passion project. It was like the first major passion project I went for. I finished SLKR, and instead of moving on to Sith Eternal and then Executor, I instead pushed for gas immediately because I was like, I just really want gas. I think his kit's really cool. I've always loved Anakin, and I've always loved the clones. And I've always thought the 501st color scheme is absolutely beautiful. And so I was like, yes, I'm going for this. Do I regret it? No. But is it strictly necessary for most people? No. I think it should be a passion project. If it's a passion project, go for it. If not, then just leave it in your roster. It's not going to collect rust. It's going to, you know, still be there. Give it some time and you can come back to it and, you know, give it, you know, 6 months. Sounds good, Heinricher. You have a great night, my friend. Yeah, it's definitely not Jabba level kind of good, especially because Jabba you can get Jabba's ultimate, you can get Smuggler's Run 2 done, you can do all of that without Zetas. And so like you can actually get some good uses out of him before you get all your Zetas, and then even as you're getting Zetas, he still does work for you. If you have like 3 Zetas on his team, he can still get some defensive holds. Like all you really need is Bosch's Leia, his unique, and his lead, and that causes, you know, basically all of the counters to die down, and you have to utilize a specific counter to the team. So like I definitely think Jabba should be top priority for you. I do think JML should be on the rise, and it's definitely something to think about because JML does help a lot in Conquest specifically, and it's just a great team in general. But that Jabba is just way too valuable to put on the back burner. So Jabba should be your next thing that you work on. Additionally, I know that you're out of Zetas like most people. Consider, you know, farming up some ships, working on your ships pretty heavily. You know, go for a profundity into your roster, fix up this first order fleet instead of, you know, spending more energy on doing whatever it is you're doing. Get this high echelon done. Like honestly, working on fleets is one of the most important things you can do for a roster, and it'll give you the time that you need to build up Zetas for other projects that you currently have in your roster. So, because like it looks like you're doing pretty good. There's not a whole lot in here where I'm like, oh my gosh, you haven't relicked up this character, or this character's like relic 1, he should be relic 5. Like you're doing a pretty good job of kind of maintaining what you need to work on one thing at a time. So, dude, there's so much happening. Get a new Barriss this year. She got a picture live action update. She got the Jedi Vanguard tag. Seems shady considering she bombed the temple. We'll see. Because like I don't know if you guys remember this, but like we got like Darkside Barriss as like a thumbnail, or not a thumbnail, a profile picture. Like we got a whole bunch of these profile pictures that like are unused in the game, including there's one in the game currently for the Prime Minister of Utapau, or whoever he is, the guy who thousands of battle droids, 10th level. That guy there's a profile picture for him like this in the game. And it's like, why is this in the game files? Why did you add this into the game files? So I think that there's a lot that could be used and a lot that, you know, might not be used. We still have a profile picture from like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, when Rote first came around for, what is his name? Galen Erso, Jin's father. So like, I'm curious what we'll see. I'm curious. Didn't they confirm Porkins is never coming to the game? That's wild, Con Warlock. I mean, Gas versus Malgus is also fairly consistent and usually something really good, Captain Mateus, to be fair. Honestly, I wouldn't regret that either. Why rush me? Salacious in game. Yes, not just with Jabba. We need a Salacious Crumb in game. I agree. I would love that Shack Dag. That is on my Christmas list. Yeah, you relic your Savage, your Padme Revan. Yeah. Yeah, overall, I just think, yeah, go for Jabba, stick to JML, and then maybe take a break and go for Profundity to build up some Zetas. And building up those Zetas while you're working on ships and like pushing ships hard is going to allow you to, you know, feed some Zetas into these, you know, like the Sith Empire and the Night Sister team that you kind of have partially done down here. So you have a lot that you can utilize. I think you just need to kind of take a break from big farms after you get Jabba and maybe JML as well. The nice thing about JML is you need very little Zetas to make him work. You don't need his ultimate to make him work. Jabba, same kind of thing. You don't need a lot of Zetas. You don't necessarily need his ultimate. His ultimate is really nice and helps stop counters. JML does everything he needs to do even without his ultimate. So like both ones are going to be solid ones to kind of get you in the gate, but Jabba with the Smuggler's Run 2 is going to be so vitally important that I would focus down that. Let's take a quick look at your mods. I know this has been a really long roster review, but we've kind of been back and forth talking and, you know, that type of stuff about all kinds of stuff. So your overall mod quality is a little low for your non-GL characters. It's about right for a Sith Eternal. Over 500, over 10,000, though it's Relic 8. I'm assuming you're still over 10,000 though, even with the Relic 7. Let's see. Yeah, so even more so, I think Jabba needs to get into this roster because, you know, I'd like to see all three of these top 3 characters over 330 speed. Where is your... Yeah, this Great Karga needs to be up here next to your Bosk. Captain Thorn. I don't know if I'm familiar with Captain Thorn. Maybe if I saw the picture. A Bib Fortuna. That'd be an interesting one. I think Bib Fortuna will be the first like lifter to Jabba if we ever need a lifter. Forlom or Zuckuss? Dude, I've mentioned Forlom or Zuckuss a couple times on streams and just no one knows who they are. Sounds good, Trey. Ah, for the Republic guy. Okay, yeah. You're talking about the guy from the Old Republic? No, not the Old Republic. What are you guys referring to? For the Republic. Thorn, Star Wars. Clone Commander Thorn. Okay, so this is a Clone Wars thing. Coruscant Guard. Yeah, for some reason I'm not recognizing this guy. Masamita would be an interesting one. Fun fact, I don't know if this is true in new canon, because new canon's whatever. But in old canon, the species he is, Chandrilan, are resistant to force powers. They cannot have their minds read or changed by the Force. In fact, the Palpatine used them to try and attack the Jedi at one point, just to kind of test how it would work. It was him and Plagueis tried it out. But yeah, so there's a good reason why a Chandrilan is his second in command. Dude, Embo's dog would be sick. Thoughts on a senator team? I mean, I could see it. It'd be hard to pull off, though. It'd be hard to get people excited about, essentially. Fordo would be amazing. Yeah, and like everyone to some degree knows Dengar, but Forlom and Zuckuss have kind of faded into like obscurity, especially over the years. Yeah, I mean, as I said, work on your ships. This is not something I usually bring up to people because most people are like double farming this already. And like you already have 5 stars, so obviously you're working on your punishing one now. So it's usually not something I look at and I'm like, oh yeah, you should do this. Okay, Ziggy. Yeah, Forlom and Zuckuss are the 2 bounty hunters that no one knows the name of in Star Wars Episode 5. I just had a burrito. Thank you, though, Agent Milton. I appreciate it. Masamita is not extended universe. Masamita is hold on. Masamita is Palpatine's little guy. The order, we will have order guy from the movies. He's not extended universe. Oh, well, we know what your panic farm is. Finish your JMK, dude. Finished Marauder recently. Do you have a Relic Bad Batch? Death stick mechanic, beautiful. Isn't Hrothgar Deng played by John Williams? Isn't that the bartender in episode 9? Hey, Jornado, welcome. Yup. And he also like almost immediately caved after Palpatine's death and like begged for immunity after episode 6. Don't remember what happened with all of that though. Oh my, whoa, dude. Bro, Sidon, Lord of the Broshan. I don't know if there's really anything I can tell you besides finish your Dr. Dre and your JMK. Also, stop going for new content and focus on old content. Yeah, you are like a ball hair away from like the Rebel Trinity in general. Relic 3 gas. Is that a common problem in your roster, or is that like just the only one that I'm gonna see in here of like a low relic character that really deserves a higher relic level? No, Captain Rex is relic 1. Seer Juno is relic 1. You're right there, ready to go, Zepho ready. How many reviews do you think you'll get through tonight? It depends on how much I talk to you guys. I would love to do as many as possible, but we'll also been talking a lot. Yeah, see, you get it, Mateus. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to remember whose account this is. Ziggy, that's right. Okay. I was like trying to sort through, trying to find the messages about this, but but I couldn't find it because I couldn't remember your name. Okay, Ziggy. So Balin was a PP. Yeah, I mean, we'll respect a PP, but also like JMK when you're that close to the Rebel Trinity is a questionable decision. Dr. Dre and JMK, but Cairo shortage is no joke. So yeah, he just got JMK. He also just got Dr. Dre, and so Chirotechs are a little sparse right now. The dono, I mean, yeah, well, look at that. The problem is the dono's in the middle of nowhere, and so, like, trying to find it is a pain. Just got JMK, gonna upgrade him, and Dr. J, then working on bumping dumps like gas Afros, corrects, then booked him and Lord for guild, and on to Riva. Is your guild Zepho ready currently? The verge of being ready. It's something that I would honestly suggest like now. And if your guild is not like, if on the verge is like, you know, we're still like 6 months out and we're just starting to work on Zepho ready, I'd suggest getting Zepho ready and then going and finding another guild. Because if you're struggling this badly on Chirotechs, you can just, you know, go to a Zepho ready guild and it's going to be a huge improvement for overall Chirotechs. And then on top of that, you're talking about Bo-Katan and being willing to go for Bo-Katan, and so getting into a guild that's like on the cusp of Bo-Katan and being like, hey, I'm Zepho ready and I'm willing to become Bo-Katan ready in 6 months. 2 people left or something. I mean, you're one of those 2 people. But yeah, that is a hefty amount of Chirotechs that could help out this roster a lot. Do you have a Treya Relict? No, but you do have an Omicron with no Savage. I feel like some of this roster is feeling a little stretched out. You know, kind of that whole mentality of like, ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy. And kind of working a little bit here, a little bit there. I'd like to see some farms finished. But first things first, I think you need to get your JMK, your Dr. Dre done, as you know. Afra, sure, Afra, yeah. You can up some of these relic levels. Getting Zepho ready, I think, is honestly the next step. But Jabba, I think Jabba needs to get in this roster. It's just like getting that Jabba is going to allow you to go around and get, you know, the Bo-Katan and everything like that and have zero problems. It's not going to affect your overall farms because you're going to be filtering in mods during that entire time. You're going to have an amazing defensive or offensive GL. You know, Jabba is just such a vital piece of an account. So, like, I'd love to see some of this stuff in the bottom of your roster come up. I'd love to see a Bo-Katan. I'd love to see that type of stuff, but I need to see a Jabba first. I think Jabba's just the go-to next farm right now. Yeah, you should, Ziggy, but that's the thing is, would you rather spend 6 months upgrading stuff you already have, or would you rather get Jabba first and then spend that 6 months accumulating mods and mod materials while you work for 6 months on those things? Yeah, the Relic 7 Merrick. Yeah, Merrick only would go a ways for your guild for sure. How are you doing for Zetas? Are your Zetas bad like everyone else's, or are you doing pretty good on Zetas? Oh, that's painful, dude. How many fleets? All of your fleets. Some for Dark Side Rey, so you're doing fairly good on Zetas, which is good. Like, not having any now doesn't really say much. You just got 2 characters that required a ton, so it sounds like you aren't like super hard like pressed for them, but your ships are struggling, bro. You don't have any of your tanks. Like, you don't have any of your tanks. So yeah, my go-to farm with what I see here is I want to see you working on your tanks and for your ships, and I want to see you go for Jabba next, and then after you get Jabba into your roster, just take like a 6-month break and just farm out everything else you have in your roster. Finish your different tanks for your fleet. Get, you know, Treya and her team up to Relic. You know, get the Sith Empire done. Like, you have plenty of good stuff in your roster to bring up and do, and like you mentioned, Bo-Katan, all that type of stuff, but like, you need to make space for it for sure.
You hear the shout as the sun goes down. Darkness falls on this lonely town. The time is now. The moon comes out.
Like, it's over 300 speed, which is good. But we only have what is that? Is it 3 characters that are over 300 speed? So yeah, even more so. The Jabba is vital in an account like this.
The only thing I really truly did not agree with, like the excessive gun violence.
Yeah, like your mods definitely need some work. Let's check your GLs, see how they're modded. Brain just didn't work there for a second. Over 500, not quite over the 10,000 damage mark. I would try to swap out one of these mods. Like, this potency mod definitely shouldn't be here. Swap this over to an offense mod, even if it drops your speed. Yeah, health, not protection. Crit chance instead of offense or health. Yeah, your modding is worrying me, and I think that Jabba is even more needed than before. I wouldn't mind not looking at mods. Oh, the two biggest parts of success of a roster are ships and mods, dude. Yeah, so I think that Jabba and working on your tanks is two of the biggest things that you could do to help your roster. You know, you got the JMK, solid. I mean, he's not a bad character. He's frankly quite great. He just doesn't lead to many other things that are really viable for you. But hey, you know, he's a good GL. So break into that Rebel Trinity. I would get Jabba, take a 6-month break, farm your fleets, farm your side characters, and then kind of circle back around, finish out JML, Profundity, Leia. By then, Profundity will have a lifter, or I will be dead because I tried to storm the offices of Capital Games. And yeah. Piet without any Zetas honestly doesn't really bother me too much. Like, if he had like a Dark Trooper in his roster and like a Veers and that kind of thing, yes, I would be more upset. But like, honestly, where would he put Zetas on a Piet? Like, what would he do with that? Like, it's not going to help a Starkiller lineup, obviously. I guess you throw it with a Vader team. So, like, it can make the ship faster, but honestly, the Executor being a little faster in this current economy with the Punishing One doesn't really change much. It's still just as much of a crapshoot. I mean, if you want to ignore getting crystals every day, go for it, Jornado. It's your prerogative. Yeah, exactly, Ziggy. But yeah, there's what you should be working on, my friend. Ships, Jabba, mods, and then taking a break and getting yourself everything done in your roster. Okay. Because we have so many rosters to go through, we are going to be doing the 5-minute timer. So we're gonna have to start focusing in now that we're into our rosters that are not paid for. These ones will be timed. Thunder, if you're here, your ally code is not working. You have, you know, well, next little bit. I'm gonna hear that advice, ignore it, stare at my shin for an hour. Hey, it's your prerogative. Yeah, no problem, Ziggy. See, Monty, I can see why people say that, but I do disagree. Unless you are dedicated to your account and you get some good RNG, a lot of the times you're not going to have Razor Crest. Like, you could have another farm done in the time it takes you to get Razor Crest. And so honestly, I think Executor is a perfect second farm. And so I think you go Jabba first, you go Leia first, and then you get Executor. I think that's the best route to take. And it gives you time to build out the fleets without stressing too much, like build out the, you know, different ships for it, and then, you know, get Razor Crest. So why is nobody gifting since I came to YouTube? You're dying to watch the Smasher Pass stream tomorrow, Alex. For the goodest girl. Okay.
Brothers will do fine.
Hi, Mara. Where? Sure. God, girl. Yep. Yep. Your ears are so weird. Okay, down. Mark, down. Dash Rendar is going to be coming from Smuggler level 6 or Mercenary level 6. I'm not sure. There's not a clear thing. Yeah, that's right. This stuff is crystal only, isn't it? F it. For the memes. I don't care. Smuggler. Merry Christmas. It rolls under Smuggler. No problem. Okay, I see it, Thunder. Okay, Thunder, getting all Inquisitors or Relic 7 the Profanity. Not sure where to go after that. I mean, the obvious choice would be Leia. You usually want to stay in the Rebel Trinity. I really hope you're working on your Ezra soon. Because even like with what you have right now, obviously you don't have a...
We would be honored.
Roger, thank you for upgrading your membership to damn amazing. You are, in fact, my kind sir, damn amazing. Like, Ezra is, you throw him with Jedi Knight Revan, you get full banners against Jabba, right? You throw him with Jedi Master Luke, and you could beat any GL. You throw him with Rey, and you have an excellent defense team. Like, it's so great. It's so amazing. You can't sleep on Ezra, dude. So I hope that you're thinking about Ezra soon-ish. I personally, I would probably do, okay. How do you feel about fleet farming? Before I move forward, Thunder, how do you feel about fleet farming? Do you enjoy fleet farming? We can kind of tell just by looking at your ships, but I want to hear it from your own mouth. Tell me, do you like fleet farming, or is it like you drag your feet to farm fleets? Because like for me, I enjoy farming fleets because there's a finite amount of fleets, and so I finish fleets and then I never have to worry about them again. I cannot have to touch them again, and there's no datacrons involved, so I know my counters are going to work, and I enjoy fleets. So you're working on the ships you don't have at the moment. So with how many ships that you're working on, it looks like, because you need like your TIE Echelon done, you need to finish your Hyena Bomber. You got some stuff to work on for sure. That sounds like you don't like farming fleets. No, the fact that, dude, I can do a counter, like, I can go in with a counter and it works every time because there's no datacrons inflicting on anything. I am so happy about that. Cantina ones are hard to do for sure. Okay, so with how much you need to farm still, I'm loath to suggest what I would normally suggest. Normally what I'd suggest is your next farms would be Leia, then Leviathan, then JMK. Those would be the next 3 that I'd like to see in your roster. That being said, I don't want to suggest a fleet farm past what you're already working on because you still have a lot of fleets to work on. So I think we can push out Leviathan a bit. You have a good basis of a roster. How is your bow? No bow? How is your Zepho ready? No Zepho ready. So honestly, if I were looking at what to farm next, as much as I want to say Leia, I would actually focus down Zepho and Bo-Katan. Because if you can get Zepho ready and Bo-Katan ready and find a really good guild, it's going to set you up for success throughout the rest of your account. And then I would do Leia, and then I would do Leviathan, and then I do JMK. And so that'll give you the time to kind of build out your ships as you go, and it will get you into a really good guild. Because honestly, dude, I used to purchase the Kairos every single week. You know, I was a little dolphin. I wanted to spend money somehow to help out my account, and Kairos I was always out of, so I'd constantly buy Kairos. I haven't bought Kairos in months and months and months because I got into a Bo-Katan ready guild. It is just the easiest thing. Finish Profundity. So I would do Finish Profundity, and then you're going to go get yourself a JKCK and get Zepho ready. And then once you're Zepho ready, I want you to go find a guild that's Bo-Katan ready. And do the same thing like you would do if you're just starting out a fresh new account, where you go, you know, I'm willing to get Wat Tambor, and you go into a guild and you go, I'm willing to get Bo-Katan. And go get Bo-Katan, and that way you're going to be getting the rewards like you have Bo-Katan while you're farming for Bo-Katan. So I think doing some guild related farms is going to benefit this roster more than another GL at the moment. And Bo-Katan and JKCK are fantastic in a roster like this regardless. So my overall farming path for you is finish up your ships, and while you're doing that, you're going to focus down getting your Profundity, followed by Zepho ready, finding a new guild, then Bo-Katan ready, and then it'll be Leia, Leviathan, JMK, and then from there, the world is your oyster. If you want to go for Balin, you can go for Balin. Ahsoka, go for Ahsoka. Lord Vader, go for Lord Vader. Whatever's the newest thing, go for the newest thing. Like, you know. Yeah, also builds a seer team as a bonus. Yeah, you're not wrong. Like, just as a byproduct of my farms, I'm one character away from having a Malicos team. Just as a byproduct from the farms that I've been doing. It's entertaining, let's say. Malicos is on my list. I need another GL killer squad, and so he's my next thing. So my next 3 Omicrons, I think, will go over to him. That sounds about right, Alex RG, especially with the Kyber squish as it is right now. But did you see what level he's at, Mateus? Did you see what level he's at? Do you see it? Do you see it? He's level 68. BC's on the edge of madness. It's literally the whole joke was just because I knew it would drive people to the edge of madness that he's not 69, and that, you know, I could make that joke. It's just, that was the only reason that I did that. Like, I didn't have any reason to actually bring him up at the time when I unlocked him, but I was like, I gotta do this just for fun. It's been 3 months of edging Mateus. Welcome, Air Max. Good to see you. Okay, let's get rid of Thunder in the queue. Let's get Graphic in the queue. Okay, Graphical. Didn't we just look at you not too long ago? Hold on, we have a... Where's our timer? I forgot the timer on the last one. We gotta obey the timer this time. Finishing C farm, finishing Zetas. On Ray team, they want to finish Assault Battle teams and get my Inquisitors Reaver ready, then unsure what to do after. Did you buy the Inquisitor Lightspeed bundle? I mean, yeah, either way you have the Inquisitors. Okay. So I was curious it was gonna be a fresh farm. So Zetas on Ray. Finish Assault Battle teams. Define Assault Battle teams. Are we talking about old Assault Battles, or are you wanting to build like the Queen's Men and the Imperial Remnant? I mean, they're both 7-star.
Hello there.
Welcome, Wild, to the Beaver Dam, my friend. Good to see you. Cool that you're helping people with the reviews. Yeah, I mean, here to help, you know? This is what I've built my channel around, is, you know, helping and teaching. Welcome, fat man. Good to see you, my friend. Jedi and Night Sister team. Okay. Oh, and Paw Patrol and Poncho Bros. Interesting. Do you? Am I blind? I'm not blind. You don't really have a home for the Queen's Men. It's hard to justify going for resources this early, but I can see you doing it. So I don't think it's necessarily an awful thing. I just don't like it when people go for Queen's Men and they don't have a team for them. Because, like, they're helpful, but they're not, like, earth-shattering. Good question, Cole. Go over to the Discord, my friend. There's a section called roster reviews. Every time I do a roster review stream, I ping the roster review tag, say that I'm live now, and then anything after that we'll try to look at if we have time. Okay, so I don't necessarily see a problem. Like, I personally wouldn't do it, but I don't see a problem with doing it because it's not a bad time to do it. You at least have a couple GLs, you have a meta fleet, and so you can afford to do some side farms that aren't necessarily going to boost your account that much. And assault battles will be, as you say, a good payoff in the long run. And so I don't think going for the Paw Patrol and going for the Queen's Men is necessarily a bad thing. So I'm gonna say go for it. let's see. I would say before you do that, at least relic your Jedi Knight Revan. You have a Jedi Knight Luke in your roster, and you need to be able to utilize him to the best of your abilities. As for next farms, obviously we're sticking to the Rebel Trinity. That's the way you should play the game. The overall farming path is you get, you know, when it comes to going from where you're at, is you have the Rey, you have the SLKR, you have the Jabba, you get the JML, the Profundity, the Leia, then the Leviathan, then the JMK. And that's kind of the route that is like the go-to route here at this point, the established route for where you go. But I think going for the assault battle team's not necessarily a bad thing. After you acquire JML and maybe the Profundity, I'd consider getting some stuff for your guild, going for like Bo-Katan or Zepho. Honestly, I'd like to see that earlier. Like, I'd rather see that instead of the assault battle stuff you're doing. But you know, assault battle doesn't rely on your guild, at least, and doesn't put as much effort into your lap, because if you join a, you know, good guild, you're going to join a good guild, and so you're going to be required for things. Oh, it seems like the most boring farm and fleet. It is. There's a reason I've warned people away from the Leviathan for the longest time. But we're at a point where we can't really avoid it. CG's kind of just rubbed it into our faces, just how good it is now. And, you know, you can auto climb in your fleet shard every single day and get number 1 basically every single day. As long as, you know, you don't have anyone competing for your time zone. So, like, I don't know. It's way too good not to farm sooner rather than later. I do not suggest it as an early farm, because it really sucks from 4 to 7 stars, and so you need to be able to save up crystals to be able to bring it up to 7 stars. So there's a reason that I suggest it so late in people's farms, regardless of it being the fully like top meta fleet. I think it's more fun than the most uninteresting ship and 2 uninteresting characters. I don't know. You're heaping it in with some pretty low hanging fruit there. Like that I don't know. That seems like really the bar is not there. Yeah, it's not so much the can you beat 7 stars. It's more of how easy it is to counter in GAC Monty. But yeah. Let's take a quick look. Oh my gosh, my timer doesn't even work because we're in OBS, because Streamlabs is being BS. Oh gosh, I was like looked over to see my timer because I knew I was out of time, but nope. Apparently I'm not out of time. You get infinite time. Your mods are not great, dude. I'm glad you have Java. Yeah, if you go look up Rabid Beaver mods, go over a mod farming plan, as well as mod like just a mod filter that you can use, how to not take mods too far, that type of stuff. Go watch that. It'll help out. Your mods are looking a little rough, a little shaky. I'd also like to see a Finn Zeta and making yourself a Zori team eventually. All it takes is a couple Zetas and you have an amazing team. I saw the Zori already in your roster. It doesn't matter if she's 3-star, 5-star. She's still going to get you holds up into Kyber too. So. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So you're working on improving your mods now. Solid. Yeah. Okay. Sweet. Let's just make sure you're not sleeping on fleet to some degree. Okay. I'm already seeing things that I'm happy about. You still have some work to go, but I'm not overly worried. You're taking your time and getting some of your tanks. Continue to work on your tanks, but it looks like you're doing solid, my friend. Rabbit versus Avid Weaver. When? Who is this Avid Weaver? Okay, I'm gonna see if I can't get the
Let's suppose that you
That's
were
bright.
able every night to dream any dream you wanted to dream. And that you could, for example, have the power within one night to dream 75 years of time. Or any length of time you wanted to have. And you would naturally, as you began on this adventure of dreams, you would fulfill all your wishes. You would have every kind of pleasure you could conceive. And after several nights of 75 years of total pleasure each, you would say, wow, that was pretty great.
one of these is the right one. I really wish I actually like labeled things. You know what I mean?
But now let's have a surprise. Let's have a dream which isn't under control. Well, something is going to happen to me that I don't know what it's going to be. And you would dig that and come out of that and say, wow,
There we
that
go.
was a
I think I
close
found it.
shave, wasn't it? Then you would get more and more adventurous, and you would make further and further out gambles as to what you would dream. And finally, you would dream.
There we go. Now we have a timer.
You would dream of living the life that you are actually living today.
Do you do conquest guides? Define conquest guides. Not typically. I find that mine don't do very well, but also I'm not very good with conquest guides. If I do conquest guides, I typically do like, here's the best things that you can... okay, so how do I put this? I struggle to make guides for people that aren't going to be viable for most people. Because like I could very easily sit there and go, yo, you can complete this feat for survival by using Maul with Wat Tambor and, you know, Bo-Katan. And it's like, no one's going to have Maul, Bo-Katan, Wat Tambor leveled up to go with this survival feat. Like that's a very specific thing to my roster. And so if I do conquest videos, I usually try to tune them towards lightspeed bundles. They weren't doing very well though, so I stopped doing them. So I don't know if it's something people want. I'm down to start doing them again, but yeah. Yeah, no, I've got the timer ready to go now. Ooh, but I do need to change that. There's a, let's see, where? There. Okay, I think that's the button. Yep, there we go. Okay, now the timer's working. But yeah, if you want like the best ones, obviously Bit Dynasty, you know, he does some great stuff. I don't know how active he's going to be going forward. And then Scribe does some great stuff as well. But like if I find something that's like, oh, this made this super easy, I'll typically make a video about it and like, you know, do like the, you know, hey, here's what I learned this conquest. So Sari just finished GL with the ult, very nice. And C, no ult yet, so worthless GL, love to see it. Ignards did release a conquest guide, yeah. Just finished GLA. See JKCK and Jabba next. I'd like to see the Jabba first. I don't think the JKCK is necessarily bad. It's just Jabba's much better, and I would have loved to see a Jabba earlier. But Jabba ASAP. As much as I want you to use the forks, and I agree that using the forks is a good idea, because you definitely have some, factions. You have the Sith Empire to do, and you have overinvested, underinvested characters here, obviously. But I don't know. The bum rushing the Jabba, I think, is better, because taking a couple month break from farming to use the forks is a great idea. But if you can do that and also earn, extra mod materials while you're doing it, sounds so much better. Why sit there and, take a break when you could sit there and take a break and make passive income? So I don't know. I definitely think foregoing forks for now and going for Jabba ASAP is not a bad idea. I would like to put a little asterisk in there, and I think that getting your Marin up with how overinvested, underinvested it is not a bad thing at all. And so I think finishing your Marin would be justified, but then I would just go for Jabba ASAP. ASAP as possible, Oh, I'm not very good at hitting this timer. It's been too long since we've used the timer. But I am kind of going faster on this one already. I would like to see a higher star level on your comeuppance. I know it's going to do most of what you need it to do without that. Also, I hope you're spending on the malevolence, because you almost have a finished fleet, but with no malevolence. That's not good. That's no bueno. Okay, and then let's take a look at mods. Looking solid. Spending on Malak, fair enough. I mean, get that done first and then go back to, wait. Malak is get 1. Malevolence is get 2. You can spend on both at the same time. Don't confuse me like that. Spend on Malevolence, bro. I'd swap out Sith Eternal's speed mods that you got here to just straight all health. And the primary stats are also going to be health. You just want this to be the healthiest boy possible. He does not look healthy, but we want to make him pretend that he's healthy. Yeah. Solid and Leia. Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Oh yeah, overall I think Sith Eternal's the only one that really I'm seeing that needs to be remodded out of your GLs, which is good. Your overall characters though are looking a little slow. I love seeing an almost 300 speed Anakin, but yeah, seeing a Mara Jade that's only what 299 is rough, and an account that's 8 million GP with what is that, 2 characters that are over 300 speed, right? Yeah. Sorry, getting tired. It's almost like I worked all day. Okay, yeah. Jedi Knight Revan should be faster. Drogon I'd like to see faster. Resistance Hero Finn for sure want to be over 300 speed. Afra, I would like to see her faster. Piet faster. Like, it looks like a lot of, like, I don't know, it looks like you have a lot of characters that are well modded, but none of your speed characters that should have like really good speed are poking out. And I can confirm this real quick. Yeah, like you're getting like some decent, 60 to 90 speed area where they're all in the usable area, but they're not, there's none of the ones like popping out that need to pop out in your mods. And that's kind of what I'm worried about here. And so yeah, I would focus down harshly on your mods and try to get them sorted out and get your fast characters fast. You know, those people who control turn meter, who debuff the enemy, those are the two people you're looking to get really, really fast. You know, Mara Jade, Jedi Knight Revan. Jedi Knight Revan passes around turns, has mass assists. Admiral Piet gets the turn meter train moving, you know, all that type of stuff. So really, really pushing into those characters that deserve speed and giving them the speed that they deserve. Because right now, it looks like all of your characters are kind of just modded in a general sense of they're modded. Your GLs are looking good, but everyone else is looking like they're just generally modded. So take some time and really make those characters that should be fast, just make them shine. Okay, next up we got Joe Bobby. Joe Bobby, are you here? That's me. Okay. First things first. Timer's going. Okay, good. Our timer is working. We're gonna blast through these now. Okay, just finished Jabba's ult farm and got the GI bundle. Planning to work towards JKCK after getting Dark Side Rey in 2 months, but gearing up GI for now. Then gonna save for Rey after that. I'm not sure if I'm go for layer fire. Where to invest my Zetas at the moment. Don't feel like you ever have to spend Zetas. Don't. Like, this hurts. Having a 4 Zeta General Skywalker that's non-relict is rough. Don't feel like you need to spend Zetas, dude. Jabba's ult farm. Okay, so you have Jabba's ult. Got the GI bundle. Planning to work towards JKCK after getting Darkseid Rey to gearing up GI for now. Don't gear up GI. Finish your General Skywalker and your 501st. Is this like a... Is this a... Is your guild pushing? Like, is this something that's a guild-wide push, or is this something like, I should be getting this up? Joe Bobby sounds like a high school quarterback from Alabama with a huge truck and a big belt buckle. My guild's pushing Zephyr, but I want to move to a guild that can do Reva. Mateus, here's my question. Would you be willing to let him finish his gas first before he finishes Inquisitors? Because that's what I'd be looking at, is I'd want him to finish what he's already invested in real quick and then move over to the Inquisitors. And so, like, find himself a guild that's like, hey, I'm willing to get Inquisitors within the next, 3 months kind of thing. That's the kind of guild I'd be looking for. So Mateus, if you think your guild would be down for that, where you're like, hey, yeah, if you give me 3 months, I'll get Inquisitors, then I think you'd be a good fit for him then. Because that's what I would be looking for, is like, he's invested entirely too much into that gas for me to leave it on the table. And I'm sure with where he's at, he's going to start seeing Malguses very soon, and having a Malgus counter is very, very nice. Okay. Prolific, what do you think? I know this is gonna pop up on... Oh no, it's not gonna pop on screen. We're streaming on a different on a different thing because Streamlabs is sucking butt right now. There you go. He just said this in Twitch. So tell me, does that sound like a guild that you'd be comfortable with? You definitely do that? Yeah, gas is a Malgus counter. It was my go-to Malgus counter forever. All you want to do is basically just make sure you have some good relic levels into gas, and then some, like, you know, relic 3 to relic 5 clones, and then you're gonna want to, you know, when you can, get a solid Datacron, even if that just means like an extra 15% protection in your stats, whatever it might be, so some extra armor penetration in your stats. Like, it doesn't even need to be like a really good level 3 for him, just literally just some good stats, and you should always be able to beat it. Okay, sounds good. So, Mateus, shoot a message to your leaders and see if they have anyone that's on their crap list of, you know, they're not participating much or anything like that. And then periodically prolific, you two get together and, you know, contact each other in the Discord. Let's see, what is your name in the Discord, Mateus? You already know where you're at? Okay, then I want to get you guys in contact with each other before we do anything. Venmo reckless. Hey, Striker. Love you too, my friend. But yeah, get in contact with each other so that way you can talk to each other. Is this like an unknown thing? Oh my gosh, there's no way this is an unknown thing. Let's see. Maybe I need to make a video about this. Maybe I do, because it's not something any of the top players use anymore. It's really not. Yeah, like... This is from way back when. So, this is in 3v3. And, like... Everyone on my team died and I'm down to just gas, but this team gains so many buffs that gas just gets absolutely blasted out of his mind with extra damage.
No!
And so it gets to a point where he's just insane.
Oh, come on, gas, you can do this. Okay, hold on. Okay. Airplane mode is on. Oh gosh. Oh, the fact that I'm still stuck on Malgus. I mean, if I can kill Malgus, I'll take it. But I don't think I can. Dude! Oh, okay. Yeah, I can take Malgus, no problem now.
You just get to a point where you just you start one tapping all the side people.
So hard. The counterattacks are brutal.
Let's see. I had another one in here that happened. Yeah, here's another 3v3, which in 3v3, gas should never be Malgus. Gas is not a good Malgus counter in 3v3. Like, it still works if you have a good Datacron, but it requires a good Datacron.
Yeah, like, that's not a very well-modded Revan, not a very well-modded Malgus. Like, we just gotta form up, guys. Like, you should never get a form up in this fight. Yeah, so we're gonna hit both of these.
I have recalibrated the code, warning all for
Be good here, yeah. And reduce health again, and like that's basically it, guys. What does my Datacron do? It's literal flaming garbage. So it's the reason that I'm succeeding in this fight is because they didn't mod the characters correctly.
But yeah, I used to use gas against Malgus all the time. But yes, Fat Man, we use Isaac 2187's music, we use Arnold's music, we have permission to use all of these, of course, Takumi's music, and then we also have our own music from 2 artists that we have for our channel. I don't make the music myself, I just kind of guide them. I'm like, hey, I need a song about this faction, and then I help them like with the quotes and like, you know, being like, okay, this part's, you know, let's switch this part out, and kind of help them that way. So I don't do the music myself, but I just kind of, you know, pretend I know something about music and help them out. So we'll play you one of our songs in a sec, Fat Man. Yeah, if you're using a GL against Malgus, that's a loss in my book. Like it hurts that, like, you know, you use that. The guy, so his name in Discord is Joe Bobby. Here, I'm gonna copy and paste it into the Twitch chat so that way you can find it. There you go. There's his name in the Discord, and so you should be able to find him through that and message him. Yeah, see, she's a defensive GL anyways, periodically prolific. You usually leave her on defense of all GLs. Like, I would leave Rey and Jabba on defense and then bring Supreme Leader Kylo Ren and Jedi Master Luke on offense. Every galactic challenge proving around Conquest are anti-gas. I mean, you don't see Malgus in Conquest, but you can still take out Darth Revan with gas and Conquest. It also works, it actually works even better, technically, in Territory War. Are you bringing Jabba on offense as well? But yeah, so I think to kind of bring it all back, we're back to what we were talking about. I think that you're not necessarily a bad thing going for GI and everything. I do gas first and then kind of go through those paces of doing Inquisitors next and then going Zepho ready. And it sounds like that Mateus may have a place for you soon in his guild and he'll reach out to you. So either way, I think within the next month or so, you should be able to find a guild, no problem. Yeah, throw Rey on defense. Throw Rey on defense and like your back wall just to screw around with your opponent. Ian, just type in !Discord into the chat and it'll pop up with a Discord link. You disagree with Jabba and Rey on defense. Why? Jabba's one of the best defensive GLs in the entire game. Oh yeah, I concur that Jabba and Rey should be on defense, and I don't think they should be on offense. JML's not good on defense, no. And the amount of stuff that you have to put with him to make him okay on defense is not great. Like, Jabba and Rey are two of the best defensive GLs in the game. They should be on defense, but that being said, Rey does really poorly on offense, but really well on defense. And so throwing her on defense means that you don't have to screw up any battles. But Jabba can be used either way fairly well. Yes, he's one of the best defensive GLs in the game, but he can also do a lot on offense. And so if you are really hard swinging up in GP and you desperately need another thing for offense, I think Jabba on offense is not necessarily a bad thing. Rey gets you no banners, also true. I mean, you can get good banners if you do a really wild Rey team, but that's not, it's not something I'd suggest building out for. Does JML counter Malgus? Yes, as long as it has Jedi Knight Luke, I believe. I think without Jedi Knight Luke, it still can, but it jumps down to like a 50% win rate. Jabba counters, most Jabba counters are 2 shots. That's the reason he's one of the best GLs in the game for defense, is most counters for Jabba are 2 shots. You have to throw in like Treya followed by, you know, Imperial Troopers. And in 3v3, it becomes even harder, because if you have to 2-shot the Jabba, there's only a couple teams in 3v3 that can take down a solo Jabba. Like it's a very problemsome team. Like it's awful to deal with. I despise fighting against Jabbas. There's a reason that I just got my Night Sisters up to cause me to be able to do that. Yeah, I despise using Rey on offense. Yeah, it definitely hurts that SLKR might be getting relegated to defense. Overall, your mods are looking fairly good for your account. Just looking at your like Bosch Leia and your stuff, you look like you have a fairly good idea who should be fast. I just think you need to work on overall mod quality, but you know, that's true of literally everyone. So hey Kyle, how you doing, my friend? Okay, next up we got Estefano. Depending on what order do my next 3 farms: Inquisitors, Rey, and her team, and Leviathan. Oh, I'm also dead on Zetas and Omis after Dre. What do you have for Inquisitors? Dang, bro, you have Reba. I'm gonna say Leviathan, Inquisitors, Rey. I mean, the Starkiller battle is a 60% win rate. It's not like it's a 90% win rate AR. Like, the existence of Starkiller does not inherently mean that you're sitting there and you're going to, you know, get no defensive holds every time. Like, if it was like a 99% win rate, then sure, but it's a 60% win rate, dude. Like, there's so much nuance and so much that can go wrong in that counter that I have no qualms about it. And at that point, if you're just like, well, it has a counter, therefore I shouldn't farm it. Malgus is countered by JKCK with Garbage Jedi, so therefore you should never farm a Malgus. You know, like, Jabba's beaten by SLKR, one of the most easy acquired GLs in the whole game. Guess you shouldn't farm up Jabba. Like, I don't know. Starkiller versus Rey is a 60% win rate. It's, last I checked, it's 64% win rate. Of course, right now, the numbers will be inflated due to the Starkiller cron, but yeah. General overall time is 64% last I checked. I believe it's really funny because there's so many people that have Ben and Kyber, and so technically in Kyber, I believe Ben actually has a higher or a lower win rate. Starkiller versus Ben has a higher win rate than Starkiller without Ben by like 2%, just because it's so uncommon to see it without Ben. So the data's a little skewed, but it's like 60. It fluctuates between 64 and like 70%, just depending on like compositions and that type of thing. And then there's certain compositions that drop it down to like 40%, but that just depends on, you know, if you're willing to break up other teams. I mean, to be fair, Ian, that one I feel like is warranted. Like, Gungans don't really have a home right now. Like, the guild, there's the guild raid, and so it makes sense to have Gungans if you farm them when they first came out. But as soon as the raid goes away, they don't connect to any other farms, and they're beaten by, you know, Phoenix as well as a couple other teams. And they keep dropping new teams, and like every single one beats them. And so it's becoming harder and harder to justify a Gungan farm. I feel like the Gungans died off far sooner than they should have, and I'm kind of upset about it because I really wanted the Gungans to be really, really cool in my account. It's about to go to 100 with the new Datacrons. What new Datacrons are you referring to, Ash? And which are you referring to, the Starkiller counter? Yeah, like Gungans are solid on offense, but like they were like originally marketed as a really solid defensive team, and that was one of the things that I really needed at the time. I don't need another offense team. I need good defense teams, and then it wasn't it. For a flex and a roast. Sounds good, Farmstar. You will be next, my friend. Gungans destroy crew lead Dr. Dre. I don't know how often I'll ever see a crew lead Dr. Dre on defense, though. That sounds very niche. But yeah, if you're completely out of Zetas, Estefano, I'm going to suggest you do Leviathan, then Inquisitors, then Rey. Because Inquisitors, you only have 2 characters to finish, and you have a GL killer squad. And then Rey is obviously going to be a little bit more work to get up off the ground, but is a GL. So... even then, periodically prolific in the initial testing and everything, they were still destroying things without Datacrons that they just had no reason to, and just, you know, like we just keep getting new counters is the problem. I mean, yeah, I would say Quad Maid's probably better than Reva. Reva feels way too, like, shaky for me without the Zetas. I need to get the Zetas on her before I can pass my final judgments on her. Okay, Farm Star. Let's have you flex on us. Which one is this? Atlas? This is the... Is this your largest account? Bro. No wonder you told me to roast your account. What is this? No Relic 9? gosh. You're not spending money on this account, right? The fact that you already have Omega up to 7 stars is wild. Filter by physical offense? You mean like physical damage? Your Jedi Knight Luke's your highest damaging on your entire account? That's wild. Offense, flat offense. Protection with offense percentage. Crit damage with offense percentage and flat offense. Offense percentage. Holy crap, dude. These mods are like tuned into being insane for offense. That's wild. Gosh. Kind of sad Starkiller is so low for the physical damage. I've been wanting a reason to relegate my Starkiller for so long. 14k, that's insane. Jar Jar Binks has more physical damage than Leia Organa? What is this? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know, which my guild's already passed the relegate platoons is the problem. Filter by speed. Fastest is Cat at 369 speed. Very nice. And then, okay, I'm gonna take a guess here. Let's see. We're going to say Huyang. No, it's higher than that. Wat Tambor? Even higher. I overestimated your speed mod. Dang, your Luthen's actually kind of slow. Yeah, that's a 9 speed right there. 15, 14, 10. Where's your Luthen? I already lost your Luthen again. Luthen, 8th brother? I think I went up instead of down. Yeah. Is it Boss Nass is your last one? How fast is Jedi Guardian? I mean, it has 77 speed. Better than a lot of people's I've seen for just regular characters. Snowtrooper Relic 6 for this territory battle platoons. Always do the trash. Love that. Yeah, we're currently in the middle of some territory battle platoon shenanigans, and I'm not excited for it because we're on Relic 9s, and so I have to do a Relic 9 for my guild. Beautiful account, as always. Okay, we got AJ. Just need to know what is to apply on my characters. We'll be working on Finn Zori Team's Tune. You owe Guardian an apology. No, I don't. She's not a regular character. Two First Order Relic 9s. They're gonna help with your finalizer battles. Gosh. I joined the queue late, so I like the pickings were very slim when I chose my Relic 9. Interesting. Just so you know where to put Zetas. I mean, you've kind of already mentioned it, which is the Finn Zori team. Like, that's where your Zetas should be going. You could drop the No Escape Zeta and the Leader Zeta on Vader. Both are very solid. Tell me what you need, like, overall? Or are you specifically, like... Oh, you mean after that? You'll have extra? I mean, if you're wanting to solo Geos, you have to have No Escape on Vader. Otherwise, you do not dispel stealth, and you can have your turn meter removed. So, I would do the No Escape Zeta at bare minimum. And honestly, it kind of depends, because, like, I'd save Zetas for Rey, you know? I don't know if I'd really spend too many. Another solid one you can get is Bosk Lead. Sabine. Captain Rex's. Grief Karga's Uno reverse card. If you're close to SLKR. Ooh, Hux is unique. Kind of vital. There's a lot that you could choose from. But it really just depends on how many you have around. Because, like, I do the Finn Zeta, then Zori's 2 Zetas. And then after that, I'd save Zetas for Rey. And then once you get enough for Rey, then I drop, like, things like New Escape on Darth Vader and other things like that. So... this is the Shadows of the Empire bundle, Fat Man. So this was before Luke's allies came out. River coming in with the 5 gifted memberships. Elliot,
You are being rescued.
Imperial
Please do
Gaming,
not resist.
Chuck Sachs, Dark Ice, and Iceman. A lot of ice. Welcome to the damn elite, my friends. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, River. Mind if I get a roster for you? Absolutely, my friend. I will be happy to put you next on the list. Yeah, coherent outlines of teams is a solid thing. Although when it comes to like Captain Rex, it's less of a lead and more of a unique on Captain Rex is really what starts off the team. You have close to 80 and 90. I mean, that's, yeah. So if you want like 4 in a row, Finn, Zori's 2 Zetas, and then after that I'd either do No Escape or I do like something for Phoenix like Krex, and then Sabine. One day I'll get one of those if it's Gracer roster. Okay. River, did you put your stuff in the Discord? Yeah, it's right there. Okay. Okay, I've got about 10 more minutes before I get it going. For those of you who may not have time for a roster review tonight, if you go up to channels and rules in the Discord, scroll down to the bottom, there's a section. If you click right here, I'll ping you every time we go live for roster reviews. And then we always start with a new list, so it's first come, first serve. And then if you are ever sick of getting pinged, you've already gotten your roster review, and you don't need another, you can always click this button again, and you will no longer be pinged for roster reviews. Okay, JML Luthen is next. Don't know if I should do Reva, Profanity, Leviathan, etc. after that. Okay, sounds good, River. You're not gonna do a 5-hour stream to get them all done. I still have to. Holy crap. I still have to make a video tonight that I have to get out by the end of today for my other channel. Plus I have plans with a couple buddies, and I don't know when they're planning on doing that. And so I need to be free for that. And so I need to get this done as early as possible so I can get into that, because I did tell them that I would hang out with them tonight, and we've been putting off doing this for a while. So we may do a little passion project stream on the other channel, but yeah, I got some stuff that I need to get done tonight. So unfortunately I can't stream much longer, but we will be doing a Smash or Pass stream tomorrow for members only, and then of course we will have our Grand Arena stream like normal, and we'll be doing more roster reviews after that. But no, we try to get through as many as possible whenever we can. So GML Luthen, don't know if I should do Reva, Profani, Leviathan, etc. after that. What does your Inquisitors look like? So JML Luthen, then I think Reva is a solid choice next. And then after that, Leviathan. Because you need some stuff to go for Leviathan. And so I kind of want to see you pushing for that Leviathan. If you are willing to push for a Leviathan, I want to see it sooner rather than later. So do the Inquisitors first, the JML and the Luthen. That'll give you time to build up crystals to start pushing your Leviathan up to 7 stars as soon as you get it. Additionally, that'll also give you the time to start farming the ships you need to finish for Leviathan. You only have a couple left. So that would probably be my go-to, is probably JML, Luthen, Reva, Leviathan, and then Bo-Katan Mandalore. I definitely think should come into this roster soon. You're starting to get to that point where you want to make sure you have as many places of resources as you can, and Bo-Katan Mandalore in a good guild is going to go a very long way, River. Did not mean to click on Quill, but Quill does need more speed. No. I have seen a Bosk with 0 speed before, but no, I can't say I've seen one with 1 speed mod, 2 offense mods, 2 crit damage mods, and 1 potency mod. Wild. Overall, I'd like to see your, what? Okay, first things first, fix this. Bosk needs to be 1 speed faster than Grief Karga, not the other way around. So get that fixed. I mean, if you don't use the team at all, like, sure, but he's at least 300 speed. You're gonna want to focus Luthen pretty harshly. Your JKCK is looking a little slow. Your Jedi Knight Anakin's looking fairly slow. Yeah, that's a slow Jedi Knight Anakin. I like to see a faster Jedi Knight Anakin. Starkiller's also looking fairly slow. I'd like to see him faster. The faster he can get in there and do the cleanse, the better. Although you don't even have the cleanse Omicron, which makes it even rougher to do that counter. 357. That's wild. I mean, you should start working on like mods for him, obviously. But yeah, I mean, there's not really much point to having, you know, a ton put into a JML until you have him leveled up. JKCK, you want to push as much speed as you can into him. Like you're going for like above 250 is what your bare minimum is, but you want to be pushing for like 275 to 280 if you can, because you need him to be able to take as many turns as possible, as well as hit hard, because he's kind of the main engine of a team when you're using him with crap Jedi, and so you need him to be pushed to his max for sure. Makes sense. That is a really slow Darth Bane. Like that is a really slow Darth Bane. I'd like to see Darth Bane faster. Like 250s. 250s. If you can get him up to, you know, 260, great, but 250s is what you should be shooting for with Darth Bane. Yeah, the more he gets lapped by GLs, the worse his counters work. Hunter Mercenary should be much faster. I'm kidding. Overall, it looks like you have a good idea who should be fast for the most part. I don't see a ton that I'm like, oh my gosh, this needs to change. But like, there's a couple that hurt. Bane, Jedi Knight Anakin, your Reef Karga being faster than your Bosk. Like, there's definitely some ones that hurt. Yeah, Star Killer could definitely use some work getting faster. He's fairly dang slow, and that's rough. He needs to be taking at least some turns. Okay. Thomas Matheson, you go to the Discord, my friend. And we are closing up for the day because I need to get going. But if you go up to the top of the Discord and go to channels and roles, scroll down to the bottom, click right here, you'll be pinged every time I go live for roster reviews. I try to do roster reviews every stream that we do. And we do at least one roster review stream where it's a full roster review stream like today, where we just do roster reviews at least once a week, typically on Tuesdays. So you're not even the next one, Con Warlock. Okay. Do I have my end screen on here? I do. Perfect. If you give a mouse a roster review, he's gonna want a glass of milk. I loved those books as a kid, dude. I loved those books. Big thanks to those who contributed to the Beaver Dam today. You guys are amazing. And as well, it's opposite on OBS versus Streamlabs, so I'm gonna have to gesture this way. There we go. Big thanks to our damn best members, current and former. They always have a place on our homepage or our ending screen. Big thanks to our damn sugar daddy Rain, as well as a big thanks to each and every one of you damn elite. If you don't want to miss out on anything, any one of your perks as a damn elite, make sure you go to the Discord, go to your user settings, connections, and connect your YouTube to your Discord. So that way you will get the roles in my Discord and you'll have access to the member chat and all that lovely stuff. As well, don't miss out, we will be doing a Smash or Pass stream for members only tomorrow, where I go through every single person in Galaxy of Heroes and we play Smash or Pass, and I will be making a list of my top 5 thoughts and my bottom 5 thoughts in Galaxy of Heroes. So don't miss out on that. We'll be doing that early in the day, as well as we'll have a Grand Arena stream tomorrow with some more roster reviews at the end. But yeah, that's about it for today. We're going to go ahead and check and see if there's anyone at all out there that might be streaming on this game. Tuesday nights are really bad for this game. There's not a lot of people going. And so we will see if there's anyone around. And if there is, we'll rate them. Oh, look at that. Glurmit's doing roster reviews. I don't know if he's still doing roster reviews, but he said he's doing Territory War and roster review. So we'll raid Glurmit. That's good to see at least someone streaming on Tuesday. Let's go ahead and see on Twitch. I can't see who just subscribed, but whoever you are, welcome to the Beaver Dam, and thank you for subscribing. It looks like we got the Wolf playing Territory War, I think. And so yeah, we'll go ahead and raid him over on Twitch. Top 5 thoughts specifically. We will be playing Thought or Not. The second one, Captain Mateus. The second one.
Do it. Roger, roger.
Okay, for those of you on Twitch, thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you guys in the next video. For those of you on YouTube, my heart goes out to you. You guys are amazing, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, bye, 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 everyone. Give Glurmit a big damn hello from the Beaver Dam. Same with the Wolf. I'll see you guys later.